Good evening. Welcome back to Assassin's Creed Blunderhood.
Oh no!
In today's video, we'll be continuing our pursuit for the forbidden knowledge held by the Nuts of Gold. To do that, we'll be growing our bone cold to sizes never seen before. Last video, we witnessed my absolute blunders and misfortunes, as well as Ezio falling off a 3-story building. After which, he started a war against the Borgia, who hold the knot, started a cult with the Thieves Guild, the Mercenaries, and opened his first well-respected establishment. Finally, we met Ezio's personal dealer, Leonardo da Vinci, who today will be getting laid. Today, I'm glad to announce that my head is back to normal. And so we'll expand into other businesses and slowly but surely take over Rome. Today, we'll be focusing on other sections of the title, specifically the Creed part. So, without further ado, let's get into the meat of it. We find ourselves in one of Ezio's substance-induced dreams, where we see him doing his best to rizz up a girl.
What? Why are you just standing there?
Oh, because I wanted to ask you something, which is, what's your name?
Not one you'll ever need to make use of.
After getting shot down, he gets the wonderful idea to follow her home.
Turn the fucking truck around!
Wait, get back here!
Once we're there, we beat the living bastards out of some dude. And now, she has the option to date a stalker or a Frenchman.
Looks like you got yourself a second chance.
Oh, yes.
After the effects of the drug started to dissipate, so did Ezio's will to live. However, even in this desperate state of flow, he couldn't contain his never-ending desires. So, he put his hand on his partner's mouth and thrust without worry. Look at that hip work! Unfortunately, in order to have another meeting with Da Vinci, we need to do a favor for him. So, for now, Ezio has no choice but to bear with the withdrawal effects. I got lucky and found some dude who owes the Borgia some money. After a brief fight, I'm told that we need to go to a place where we can talk without intervention. Unfortunately, my hopes get instantly obliterated as I realize what that actually means.
Escort mission.
That's what I get for opening all those brothels, I see. Either way, I discreetly escort him home, albeit with some hiccups. During this little encounter, we learn that if I want to track down the Borgia, I need to follow our companion to the Pantheon. Once there, I resist my urge to simply jump down and die, so instead I climb down and disguise myself as a guard. After which, there is this dumbass mission where you have to make your way to the meeting point based on a suspicion level. I got stuck on this piece of beautiful piece of gameplay for like 10 minutes.
I am not questioning your authority, but should we not get going? The route you are taking is very interesting. Now we are Do you think he's forgotten where we're going? Do you think he's forgotten where we're going?
Anyways, after struggling through that god-awful mission, now I have to follow another guard to the Borgia's banker.
Escort missions are so fun.
As a side note, I failed this mission not once, not twice, not even 3 times, but 5 times. Alright, that's a fucking break. But in the end, ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Your mom's a hoe!
Why exactly did we kill the banker? But with him dead, it's time to get our next shot of fun juices. So I head north to help out Da Vinci. On my way to the mission, I recruit a new member to the cult, who has great conversational skills.
Save this life. Please, take it and do it.
Anyways, I get to the dock with one mission in mind: destroy the naval cock. You need to get through 3 gates. At the first gate, I successfully make my first blunder and fail to follow my boat. For the second gate, I learned my lesson and stayed high. However, I made the grave mistake of playing the game. My reward was a nice, moist, wet, ice-cold water I found myself in. After the second gate, I killed the guard, then made the educated decision to jump back up. Instead, I jumped onto the boat and killed my escort.
Nice.
And at the third gate, this happened. Finally, I made it to the cock. I professionally take care of the guards and take the cock for a ride. And finally, I take it out. At this point, I left the game to meet up with a friend. However, when I came back, I realized I forgot to exit the game or stop the recording. So now I have 100 gigabytes worth of footage of this guy just playing music.
Help me! Help!
Furthermore, when I came back the next day, I sounded like this.
Well, recording's gonna be fun today.
If you're wondering why this video took so long to make, it's because I couldn't record a voiceover for over a week. Anyways, now that I destroyed the cock, I arrange another meeting with Da Vinci, and thus the dreams start again.
Baby, I will return shortly.
This time we find ourselves in Firenze, at the time when Ezio was just learning the ropes, and right after his family got the ropes. Our goal is to give Ezio's family a proper burial, so we head to the docks and retrieve their bodies. The plan is to carry the bodies to the boat and set it on fire, but unfortunately for me, the docks are quite slippery. And unfortunately for Ezio, I can't make fun of anything else in this segment, so his trip ends short. But of course, he's not satisfied, and so we go to take care of another one of Da Vinci's machines. On my way there, I got into a small incident, but it got resolved fairly quickly.
Where'd he go?
Next, I find myself in Montesierzo. I sneak inside, display my above average IQ, free some prisoners, and thus I present to you the turtle of 12 cooks. This machine is magnificent. When a cook discharges, it's pulled back into the main body where 3 sweaty men load it on the inside, and thus making it ready to function again. It's genius! Once we've left our load all over Montesierzo,
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
I head back to Da Vinci for another shot. We're told that his apprentice still hasn't gotten back with the new stock, so we need to track him down. An easy task. After refusing to follow me, I step on his bones, which is enough to make him come with me. The other robed bastards, sensing the sexual tension in the room, decide to follow us to see where it goes. This, however, was a big mistake. After giving them the bang without the gang, we get back to Da Vinci, who appears to have been kidnapped. To find him, I need to find 2 missing paintings which have a hidden map on them. Because of this, a little while later I find myself in Belriguardo. Where Lucrezia is keeping one of those paintings. I make my way through the stables, then the front gate, and sneak in through the window. Inside, we find Lucrezia on her own, so we ask her about the paintings. However, sometime later, the conversation diverts into something more active. Now that's what I'm talking about!
No man can heal your pain. You must do so on your own.
Oh, come on! With that, I escape with the painting.
Hey! I'm talking to you! You fucking twat!
For the next mission, we need to get into the Vatican. I, of course, failed the stealth section beforehand, so I need to become anonymous before starting the quest. And everyone knows the best way to do that is to shoot a loud-ass gun in the middle of a square. Yep. Guess what we need to do here? Another fucking escort mission! By the way, for those of you thinking that technically this is not an escort mission, there is no mechanical difference between a tracking mission and an escort mission, so I don't want to hear it. Either way, I track them all the way to the painting, then very silently take down the carrier. Right, that went well. With that, I head back to the house. Now that I have the paintings, we just need to find a map hidden within. To do so, we need to use Ezio's black light eyes, which, like any other black light, detects bodily fluids. So after finding the Coom drawn map, I simply put the pieces together, and just like that, Coom map has been completed. I've heard people drawing with their foot, but never with their c***. I climb down the sewers, only to find myself in the catacombs. After some parkour, I find Da Vinci is with some dude who's having an out-of-body experience. So I help him out and show him and his friends the gate to the overworld. With that, Da Vinci and I decide that we're already here, might as well look around a bit, and so we descend further, and what we found will shock you. My lucky coin! I dropped this thing like 2 years ago and it was here all that time. Oh, we also find this big chamber full of numbers. With that, finally, Ezio's supplies are safe and sound, but unfortunately for him, an urgent call requires him to meet the leader of the mercenaries at the local fort. As it turns out, the leader's wife was taken hostage by the actual French, and we need to go save her. The only issue is that they outnumber us. So Ezio comes up with a plan. For the plan to work, we need to kill 30 French guards as silently as possible. After which, Ezio reveals his respectable, glorious, honorable plan. War crimes.
What? It is part of the plan. You surrender to us, we are bringing you to the Baron.
We dress up in the French uniform and infiltrate the camp. Once the opportunity arises, we attack the enemy in their own uniform, which forces the commander to retreat. After tracking him down, we win the conflict, like the gentlemen we are. And with all that out of the way, finally, Ezio was able to get his hands on his well-deserved high.